Hey everybody, this is Harry driving. Uh, kind of been on the run this past week or so. Anyways, this is a response to Ian's video community chat where he's talking about genres, and he had three questions. And the first question, I probably messed these up because I'm trying to do this from memory. The questions were, but the one is the first question is: there a genre that you do not like, that you tried your hardest and you just can't get into it, you just don't like it? And my answer would be probably the same as Ian's. Where it comes to horror films, you give me the classics. You give me the old Vincent Prices, the old Bela Lugosi's, the Boris Karloffs. You give me them old guys, and I love those films. But anything after 1975, you can forget it. Maybe there's one or two, couple down the line. Slash films I don't like, don't get into it. Get them at all. Halloween films, Friday the 13th, they just don't appeal to me, you know. But you give me those old Christopher Lee films, and excuse me, they're the bee's knees to me. And they never did appeal to me. Now, I don't know if you consider it like Jaws a thriller. I love Jaws. I didn't like it when it came out. I was about 8 years old, and the babysitter took me to see Jaws, and it scarred me for a long period of time where I would not go swimming in the ocean again. I was afraid to go in there because of the sharks, because of that stupid movie. That's because at that time I lived in a city called Long Beach, New York, on Long Island. And it's sort of, and the name of the town that was setting was called Amity Island. Well, there's an Amityville, New York as well. But anyways, the setting kind of reminded me of Long Beach. Anyway, so it really did some damage to me. But anyways, I regress. I like The Omen. More psychological, I guess. Horror, I guess is what you call it. I can do those, but yeah, horror slasher films, especially the modern day ones, you can forget it. I'm not keen on those. The other question was: is there a genre of film that you're actually surprised that you enjoy watching, and kind of a surprise to you? And I like westerns. I always liked westerns. I was raised on them. I like crime films, film noir, all that stuff. Monster movies, Godzilla and King Kong, all that. I enjoyed those movies. But I was trying to think of one that I'm kind of surprised that watching, and I guess it would be romantic comedies. I have this thing for watching romantic comedies, especially the older ones. They're more fun, risque, because back in the 50s and 60s and 40s, they just couldn't come out and blurt out stuff like they do now. So those were always fun to me, watching those type of films, like the Doris Day films, the James Garner, or with Cary Grant and That Touch of Ink. I actually like those. Kind of surprised because I'm not a really romantic person, but at least not anymore. But yeah, those are kind of surprised me, and I'll watch some of the newer ones if they're done in good taste. Watched one recently on Netflix, which I'll get boos and hisses from James or Ian about, which is there was a Robert Redford movie with Meryl Streep that was really good. Can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. But that was a good romantic comedy. Maybe just a little bit of a drama mixed into there. So yeah, romantic comedies are probably my surprise that I do like them. And I guess it's because I was raised watching those type of films on TV. They would come on Saturday, Sunday morning, or Saturday afternoons, or Sunday afternoons, the Doris Day films, or Rock Hudson films. Those are the type of films that, you know, they would come on TV those days. Audrey Hepburn, Fred Astaire, you know, Funny Face, Breakfast at Tiffany's. The other one I could say I like is musicals. Musicals are like, I'm actually surprised I like certain musicals. Some of them I watch and I find them really corny. I like the Music Man, but then I find parts of it really corny. And I guess that's maybe the appeal to it. I don't know. And then the last question is, and I knew I was going to screw this up, which was your favorite genre, I guess. Maybe it's your favorite genre film. And like Ian was talking about silent films, and silent films is not a genre, but an era of filmmaking. But I like the German Expressionism period. I don't know if you can call that a genre. Maybe you can, but the last couple of years I've been getting into the German Expressionism of the silent films, like The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, the Nosferatu, The Hands of Orlok, The Man Who Laughs. Those are all great films from that time period. Even Metropolis. Those are films that I really love. I find a lot more interesting than some of the American counterparts of that time, unless it's the comedy films of Chaplin or Keaton or Lloyd or Charlie Chase, or even Laurel and Hardy at that time period. So that's probably my favorite genre. Well, not my favorite genre. I was just kind of surprised that's one of those ones that I should say was surprised. But my favorite, there's a butthole passing me here. I'm already doing 60. He's doing about 80. I'm in the backcountry roads here. But my favorite has to be, oh goodness, I guess war films. I love war films. I like watching them. Can't get enough of them. I wish I'd see more World War I films, because there's a ton of World War II, especially in the late 60s or in the 60s and 70s. I guess the revisionist period, they're going back and you see all these World War II films of Nazis, but you hardly ever see a World War I movie unless it's Paths of Glory or All Quiet on the Western Front. I would like to see more of those. But war movies, Patton, I love watching. The Bridges of Tokori with William Holden, Stalag 51. Those are the ones I like. Stalag 17, I'm sorry. Stalag 17. But yeah, The Dirty Dozen. That's probably my favorite genre that I like. Besides comedy. I love comedy movies. But anyways, I rambled on too much. They said there was a Genre Files coming up. I might join that one this week. Might do a video tonight while everybody's asleep. Kids and all, grandkids will run me crazy. And I think they said, or Ian said, it was going to be on comedy. So that's up my alley. And I'll pick something out and probably have it uploaded to go by Monday. I guess that's when they have Genre Files. Anyways, enough of me rambling on and driving in the country, and you seeing the sunlight hit the back of my head, blocking me, my fat head out. Thank you.